Hi, Joel here. In this video, I have hunted the internet for some of the best productivity hacks available. I have personally used these hacks for myself. So be sure to save this video as this will be your go-to guide to everything productivity related. Keep on watching. Work is an essential component of our existence since it provides us with meaning and fulfillment as well as a sense of belonging in the world. It is also our source of income to raise our family. However, if done inefficiently, it might be the most significant source of dissatisfaction in our lives. This is why productivity is so essential. Being productivity allows us to prioritize our tasks, be efficient with our time and resources, and free up time for personal goals and development. To assist you save time and really be productive at work, I have narrowed down to my 13 best productivity hacks of all time. Without further delay, let's dive into hack number 1. Plan your day ahead of time. Google the habits of highly effective people. You will notice that they have a common theme. They all plan their days ahead of time. Being productive implies that you know exactly what you are doing at any one moment and for how long. If you don't have a schedule, you risk missing out on important work and wondering where went. Making a timetable for the day and dividing it into 30 minutes increment is an excellent technique to be productive. You may do this at any point of the day. Begin by making a list of your daily activities, shower, breakfast, exercise, and so on, and work from there to complete your to-do list. Make a list of everything you need to accomplish for the day and keep track of your progress. This eliminates any guesswork from the procedure and prevents you from losing focus because you have no clue what to focus on next. Number 2. Set the theme for each day. If you are managing a lot of projects or activities, it might be useful to set aside one day for each area of your job. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, is also the founder and CEO of Square. Dorsey has an unusual trick to ensure everything gets done to its maximum potential. He sets theme for each day of the week. For example, Mondays he manage and run the companies, Tuesday for focusing on product, while Wednesdays are dedicated to marketing, communications, and growth. Look at the area of your work. How can you divide them into themes? Work it out, and it will help you to tackle that area with full focus. Number 3. Determine your top 3 tasks of the day. When it comes to executing your plan of action, the first thing you need to do is to be specific. Make a list of 3 most essential things you need to accomplish in the day and in that order. If you use a digital tool like Notion or Evernote for planning or task management, write down those tasks in your application. Since we have a limited amount of time and energy each day, we should prioritize our tasks so that we can finish the most important ones. Make sure you describe these activities in detail to ensure that there are no questions. Instead of writing "finish the video script," say write a 1000 word script on productivity hacks and review it by 3 p.m. This will ensure that you stay focused on the job at hand and don't get sidetracked by distractions. Number 4. Make commute productive. The majority of individuals spend a significant amount of time traveling to and from work every day. If your average commute time is 30 minutes to 1 hour, it's critical to figure out how to make the most of the time and discover chances to be even more productive. You can make the most of your commute with a number of things, including using Pocket to create offline news, carry a book, clear your inbox, make a call, write 2 paragraphs of a blog, listen to podcasts, and more. Plan ahead and make your commute more productive. Number 5. Do the easiest or most challenging task. You decide. What you do in the morning will most likely influence how you spend your day. If you're having trouble getting started, try starting with the simplest things first. This way, you can finish some items off your to-do list and gain momentum. You may then proceed to the more difficult tasks bit by bit. The opposite approach is also effective. The rest of the day may appear to be a walk in the park if you perform something you dread early in the morning. You could utilize the early hours when people are naturally more focused and motivated to start your day with the most challenging task. Brian Tracy explains this method in the book Eat That Frog, 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating and Get More Done in Less Time. He said, if it's your responsibility to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And you have to consume 2 frogs, eat the biggest one first. When you break things down, it all boils down to individual characteristics and traits. For me, I prefer the Brian Tracy's method of eating a big, ugly frog first, and the rest of the day will be a breeze. If you prefer getting rid of the most essential yet inconvenient task first, go ahead. However, if you rather to do a simple activity first and score some early victories in the day, there's nothing wrong with it. You just have to decide. Number 6. Avoid multitasking. While it may appear to be a good idea to do 2 things at the same time because it makes sense, multitasking does more harm than good. According to studies, just 2% of the people can multitask effectively. Yep, that's right, only 2%. This implies that the other 98% of us are impeding our productivity by attempting to do more than one thing at a time. Multitasking leads to as much as a 40% drop in productivity and the loss of 10 IQ points. Multitasking sounds good in theory but ends up hurting us when implemented. It's even more frightening to realize that multitaskers work less effectively than those who seldom attempt to multitask. This is so true. When I try to work on a piece of document that should take me about 15 minutes and have a conversation with a colleague, I realize that after 30 minutes, the document is still not done. It's difficult to get into the flow and complete the work. So forget about multitasking and focus on one thing at a time if you want to be more productive. Number 7. Use the Pomodoro technique to improve focus. This hack is completely free and doesn't necessitate the use of any software. It may be used on a daily basis in your life. So what is this technique about? The Pomodoro technique is a time management method that advocates dividing your job into several parts with short breaks in between. This keeps your ideas flowing and you don't get as tired or bored. What you need to do is to break down a task into time periods divided by a short rest, typically 5 minutes. Most people recommend 25 minutes of work followed by a 5-minute break. That is one cycle. You can take a longer break after 4 back-to-back cycles, say about 20 to 30 minutes break. As said earlier, this technique is completely free. You only need a timer from your watch or phone to keep track of the time. I strongly encourage you to try this technique and vary the timing according to your preference. For me, I prefer to work for 40 minutes followed by a 7 minutes break. I found that 25 minutes is a little bit short as I tend to get into the zone after about 10 to 15 minutes. So I adjusted the ratio to 40:7. This method works like a charm. There's no harm trying. Go for it. Number 8. Use suitable music to help you improve concentration. Music has been proven in research to help people focus. A level of ambient noise similar to that present in a bustling coffee shop can help to improve performance according to researchers. However, the key is to play around with different types and genre of music to see what kind of genre help you focus. You can try this application called Focus at Will. They have a fantastic quiz that will help you to determine what sort of music will help you to stay focused best. A word of caution here. If you are working, avoid listening to your favorite pop song. You may end up singing along and waste more time on your task. The best music are usually classical music, nature music, ambient soundtracks, or epic music. You got to experiment and find out what suits you best. So log on to your headphones now and be a productivity warrior with your best music. Number 9. Use the important or urgent matrix for your decisions. A great time management tool called the Important Urgent Matrix or Eisenhower Matrix was invented by Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States. Eisenhower understood the distinction between important and urgent tasks and knew that many urgent tasks that we have are actually not that important, while the important ones are never urgent. The Eisenhower Matrix is implemented by dividing a task into 4 different quadrants, namely important and urgent, important and not urgent, not important and urgent, not important and not urgent. The first quadrant is called Do First. as it involves tasks that are important and need to be done by today or tomorrow at the latest. The second quadrant is called schedule. This quadrant involves tasks that are important but less urgent, hence they need to be put on your calendar. The third quadrant is called delegate, as the tasks added here are less important to you than others but still are pretty urgent, hence should be delegated. The fourth and last quadrant is called don't do, because these tasks are neither important nor urgent. With your tasks divided, you have a clear view of their level of importance and urgency. This technique is a proven tactic to spend your time more effectively as well as more efficiently. Number 10. Learn to say no. Hey, want to attend this conference? Hey, I need your help on this. More often than not, we feel compelled or obliged to accept every request or favor that is put before us. While being helpful and being everywhere is nice, it's critical to have a clear sense of your priorities so that you can stay on track with your own objectives. According to Mark Chernoff, the co-author of the New York best-selling book, Getting Back to Happy, he said, "Don't be afraid to say no to unnecessary obligations. In a world with so much noise and clutter, you must make room for what matters. That means pruning non-essential commitments and eliminating as many distractions as you possibly can." So start learning to say no to requests that don't meet your objectives. One bonus tip for you: give a clear no rather than saying maybe. You wouldn't want these requests to keep coming and you got to think of reasons to reject them. It's also better for you and the requester. Number 11. Design your environment for efficiency. Your environment plays an important part in assisting you to complete your task. Even though we may not be aware of it, our surroundings have an impact on our productivity and attention levels. The more crowded our environment is, the less productive we become. In a study by the National Association of Professional Organizations, the researchers found that an average employee wastes 4.3 hours every week looking for things. When your desk is full of documents and files, finding the right document becomes much more difficult. Here are a few things you can do to improve your work environment. 1. Clean your desk and make it clutter-free as it boosts mood and creativity. 2. Buy a bigger monitor so that you don't have to screen your eyes at the small screen. This is especially so if your job requires you to put in long hours in front of a screen. Next, put your phone inside a drawer or in another room or somewhere else where you cannot access it while working. Next, you can try putting on a headphone to signal to people that you're focusing on something important. If necessary, get out of the office to work and avoid distractions. Number 12. Use website blockers to stay away from distractions. Speaking of distractions, according to research, it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to regain focus on a given activity if you are distracted from it. The most prevalent form of diversion is checking up on social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, as well as watching YouTube videos. So what can we do? In such situation, website blocking services like Stay Focused and Freedom can be of great help. These applications may be used to block time-wasting websites for a certain amount of time, forcing you to pay attention to work by reducing distractions. Our final tip, lucky number 13, make time for a nap. In addition to having a good night's sleep, a daily nap can do wonders to recharge your body so that you have the energy to tackle the rest of the day. Best-selling author and speaker Michael Hyatt is a proponent of taking naps. Here is a quote from him about his practice. "I typically take a 20-minute nap right after lunch. If I can't do it then, I'll try to squeeze it in before 4 p.m. While working in a motor shop in college, I would eat lunch in my car and then lie down in the back seat. When I was CEO at Thomas Nelson, I napped in the zero-gravity chair that reclined in a horizontal position. Since I now work from home, I retreat to my bedroom and lie down in my bed. Therefore, if your work environment allows, try taking a 20-minute nap to recharge. You can shift your own thinking about naps. People who take them are not lazy. They might just be the smartest, most productive people you know." Wrapping up, I shared 13 powerful productivity hacks to help you achieve your objective efficiently. Let me give you a quick summary of the 13 hacks. They are: plan your day ahead of time, set a theme for each day, determine your top 3 tasks of the day, make your commute productive, decide if you prefer to tackle the hardest or easiest task first, avoid multitasking, use Pomodoro technique to improve focus, use suitable music to increase concentration, use the Eisenhower matrix to help you make decisions on your task, learn to say no, design your environment for efficiency, use website blockers to avoid distractions, and lastly, make time for a nap. What productivity hacks are your go-to hacks to get things done? Share your feedback in the comment section below by typing the numbers from the list. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It will help the channel to grow. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching this far. I wish you have a sparkling day ahead. Cheers!